Guess who's back? Back again. Ashley's back. Tell some men. Rub my back, rub my back, rub my back.
Great.
I'm back. I'm back from sunny Ireland. Although it rained every day apart from 2. It was beautiful.
Every day, yeah?
Yeah.
It's typical, isn't it?
I'll shout out Connor. He done a stand-up job. Well done. Thoroughly enjoyed listening to it in the rain. Well done. Well done, well done.
And the Prince is back, ready to fucking impart. So what an exciting fucking day today is.
Yep.
Of all the days of days of days. And I've been watching all sorts of TikToks and before you buys just to gauge some fucking interest on 2 very, very, very specific games.
Very cool. So I have 2 things I can talk about. I can either talk about Dragon's Dogma because I played it for about 3 hours this morning.
Yeah.
Or I can talk about something else. It's up to you. Because I've got another thing.
I'll tell you what. Let's bang it off with Dragon's Dogma 2. Only because, number one, the clickbait purposes. Because that'll be the head of the title. And I want people to listen. And then number 2.
Full-on review. Played it 3 hours.
Number 2 is obviously 2 weeks ago when I was talking to you about the pair of these games, Dragon's Dogma and Rise of the Ronin. You were firm on Dragon's Dogma 2 and I was quite firm on Rise of the Ronin because of Dragon Dogma's 30 frames per second lock on PlayStation. After watching some stuff on Rise of the Ronin, I'm a bit fucking torn now because I'm not as impressed as I thought I would be. So it would be good to hear your in-depth 3-hour review on this game to help me.
Okay. Well,
go on.
I sped the process up a bit because I downloaded the character creator last night. So I spent about 2.5 hours creating my characters. So you create your main character.
Yeah.
And you create a pawn. Right?
Like Baldur's Gate. Almost.
Kind of, if you will.
Yeah.
So my main character is called Solax Astaria. Right? And, much to your shock, I am a mage. And I started as a mage.
Where's the name come from? It's very Magus. Where's that name come from? Solax
Astaria. Okay.
That's such a mage name.
It's cool, isn't it?
Say it again.
Solax
like Snorlax.
Astaria.
Solax Astaria.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for Solax.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
Solax Astaria.
So, essentially, how that name come about is that obviously, by the way, while I was in Ireland, I read 3.5 books, which is mental. Bearing in mind they're like 400 pages each.
Yeah.
And I'm on the 6th and final one of the series that I've read. So I've gone from book 1 to book 6, obviously.
Or was it one a month that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
You can rest for 3 months.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And it's all about the Drow, which are an elven race in Baldur's Gate, which are like the dark-skinned elves, essentially live underground. So, with that in mind, I wanted to create a mage, because one of the main characters in the book I read is a mage called Faerun Miserin, and he's fucking just powerful as fuck. He's sick. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do a wizard or a mage or sorcerer or whatever you want to call it. So that was my inspiration. And I was going to do Faerun. I was going to do the geezer in the book. And I was like, no, I'm going to continue the trend of creating my own characters, taking them through with me. So I was struggling with names, I'm not going to lie, because I got Locker and Blood on Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Rain Dolo, obviously we all know about him.
I know about Rain Dolo.
So what I decided to do, I was going to create Rain Dolo, but I thought I got a better idea than that. I'll create a new character, and to get the name, I Googled a Drow name generator.
Yeah, clever.
And I went on it and I randomised it fucking hundreds of times, and it come up with like 30 names each time. And I was going through it, and Solax didn't come up, but something similar come up. And I was like, I don't like that, but if I take a couple of letters out, Solax sounds good. So I went with that. And then, for his surname, when you create a character, you can put a moniker, which is essentially a nickname. I don't know what the reason for that is, but I think it's just like so you can't put naughty swear words or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason exactly. But as I was going through the monikers, Astaria was one of them. So I was like, fuck it, I'll use that and that'll be his surname. So that's where his name's gone.
I like it.
So yeah, I made Solax Astaria, cool, made him all up. My pawn, my companion, it's Rain Dolo.
The crossover.
And the reason I done that,
no one expected.
the reason I done that was because 2 reasons. One, I thought, if I have him as a companion, I'll care about him.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm just playing him, I'm playing him. Do you know what I mean? And I've got a generic secondary. But if it's Rain, I'm like, my boy, no, don't hurt nobody. So I created Rain Dolo. He looks fucking sick. The character creator on that is the best.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's the best character creator I've ever seen.
Absolutely crazy. The depth in that.
He's got like he looks pretty much like Rain Dolo. He's got tattoos. You can put tattoos wherever you want, move them all around, make them big, small. He's got the scar. He's got the bright blue eyes. So yeah, I've just in my head. It's like Solax. He's come from the Underdark, the Menza Baron. He's fucking come up. He's met Rain at some point during Baldur's Gate, and now they're in this world and they're traveling together. So that's how it works. I texted Connor last night, asked him if he was getting the game, and he said yes. So I asked him if he would take Rain with him. So Rain will now go in Connor's game and journey with Connor.
Huh?
So this is what the pawn system is, right? So you whatever the pawn is that you create, you can, as far as I can remember from the first one, but so Rain will still accompany me, right? He'll still be with me, but you can hire Rain to be one of your pawns to come in your game.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever journeys you have with Rain, he'll be doing. If you say just to keep it simple, you find a chest right up on the top of a mountain. The next time I rest, all the data that Rain has collected whilst being with you, quests, chests,
will carry over to you.
Will download onto my game when I rest in and in. So when the next time I go past this place, he'll go, I think there's a chest up there, and then you can press up on a D-pad to like say go, and he will lead you to the chest that he found in your game.
That is very clever.
That's
very clever.
But it was like that in Dragon's Dogma 1, and no one's replicated it since. That's why Dragon's Dogma is such like a cult favourite, and just everyone loves it.
What's the combat feeling like?
Amazing. It's amazing. It's the Dragon's Dogma 1 combat was great, but then you got to remember it's like 10 years old, right? So it's like, it's great, but it's still a thing.
It's dated.
The whole reason Dragon's Dogma was created, if you go back to the interviews originally, was the creator said, I really like Skyrim, but what if Skyrim actually had good combat?
Yeah.
So he tried to create a lesser scaled Skyrim, but with good combat. So the whole game was focused on combat. This so far, it's just sick. It's just everything. It's everything I wanted, but amped up by like 100. I haven't done very much, and I'm staying away from TikTok and all that because I don't want to see shit. I've seen a few things where people have like felled a troll and it's fell across a cavern.
Yeah, we've seen the same shit. There.
That's not a scripted moment either. That is just a thing that can happen. But yeah, like the physics system in it is very like physics based. And earlier on, I was running around killing these goblins, and a fucking big old harpy falcon fucking thing come swooped me down, took me up, was just flying around with me. We had Rain shouting for me.
Yeah, because I read a thing of someone saying that like a griffin come down and attacked him, and then fucked off. Like he started battling it, and the griffin fled and fucked off. But then come down like 2 hours later into his gameplay, exact same health that it had when it flew off, and started attacking him again. And he was like, "That's so crazy for it to. I'm gonna buy it."
It's honestly, it's one of them really, really immersive games.
Let's have a look.
Where the game is the gameplay, where it's on the fly.
I've been excited for this. Quickly run over it. Rise of the Ronin just isn't looking like something that I really wanted it to be. It looks like a much lesser version of Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm not particularly happy about. Dragon's Dogma 2 does look good, but that 30 frames per second is a bit of a for me. However, from the stuff that I've seen, I think I'm just being snobby with it, personally.
I do. I hate 30 frames per second. We've touched this
What does it feel like?
It feels fine. It's listen, I don't ever play any games in 30 frames per second. It's horrible. I hate it. But this isn't locked to 30 frames. This goes up.
Yeah, it's just...
but it also does come down.
Someone made a good point of it's been optimised to run at what it runs at, and this person it was on a Reddit thread was basically saying, it was like, these people are the developers, they're the professionals, they know what they're doing, you don't.
Basically that. So, but also it looks fucking beautiful. Like you're looking up at the mountains and the mist going through them, it looks like a painting. But it's got that. It's got that. Listen, this Dragon's Dogma 1, I never finished it. Dragon's Dogma 1 story was meh, don't care.
Yeah.
The game is the gameplay. The game is the story that gets created. Be like, fucking hell, I was running around and then this boulder fell on me and a goblin pushed it. Basically, put it this way, right? Your pawns have got some weird adaptive AI, right? So basically, I read this thing yesterday that Geezer's been playing it for a week or whatever, reviewing it. And he said, I kept constantly picking up goblins and throwing them off cliff because you can pick little monsters up, right? So he kept picking goblins up and throwing them off a cliff. Then all of a sudden, that's all his pawn does now. The pawn has registered that you're...
That's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do. So every time he sees a goblin, he picks him up and runs to the cliff somewhere and throws him. It's genius. Like the system in place for that is insane.
Now, is the deluxe edition worth it, or did you get the normal edition?
Of course I got the deluxe edition.
What do you get with it? You get fucking...
You get some camp supplies, you get some starter
camping
gear.
kit, music and sound collection, harpy smoke beacons, fucking a pendant, rift incense, gowl key, a makeshift gowl key.
Yeah, that's... I got all this stuff. I got it early on, straight away. Basically, the game starts and you're in... It says Gal, right? But that's jail. I learned that from Elden Ring.
Jail. What's Art of Metamorphosis? Character editor, what's that?
Is that like you can change your character's customization.
Oh, you don't get that normally?
Well, no, like if you want to change it halfway through the game, if you know what I mean. Like completely rebuild your character.
Oh, let's buy that one then, shall we?
But yeah, I see, funnily enough, I've seen it's getting review bombed now. So it come out really good reviews. It's getting review bombed now because they've introduced... rift crystals or something, microtransactions essentially, but they're just crystals, right? And the first one had them as well. So you can spend these crystals to buy fucking fast travel crystals or hire more powerful pawns from the rift, and stuff like this. And people are kicking up a stink. And it's just like, I get it because people are like, oh, you want us to pay to fast travel, but it's not the case. The whole game is developed to not be a fast travel game.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a journey. When you go out in the dark, right, on Dragon's Dogma 1, I haven't been out in the dark on this one yet, it is fucking dangerous. And if you die, you're in problems.
Yeah.
It's got that thing where you lose your health and stuff until you rest at an inn. So you're constantly battling against...
Oh, is that the same as on...
Like Dark Souls 1
yeah,
and 2
yeah.
and that. So it's an issue. Like going out is where the dangerous monsters are in the night, the ghosts and wraiths. It's a proper journey. If you want to, say you look on the map, right, and you want to travel from this castle to this fucking cave or fucking village or something, you look at your route and you go, right, I'm going to go, this is how the game is, right? You're going to go, right, I'm going to go through this forest, I'm going to cut through there, I'm going to try and jump over that bit. You're planning out your route and you'll be like, right, have I got enough oil for my lantern? Because my lantern goes out and fucked because it's black. You're seeing fuck all. Have I got enough resupply? Have I got enough items? Have I got enough potions? Have I got enough apples? All these little bits. So it's got that constant hunter and gather. You see a bush, go pick some apples. You see some potatoes, go pick them. And you can mix the ingredients. You can cook it all up. It's so immersive.
Yeah, because I saw the cooking animation because it's real cooking, isn't it?
It looks real. I don't know if it is.
It is. Yeah, they...
that steak looks stupid.
Yeah, they come out and... because it was obviously quite a talking point, and it was for... like CGI purposes and stuff like that, animation purposes, it would have cost more money and been more effort to do that than it was to just put in a real footage of a steak cooking.
It's cool though.
Yeah, I like it. But what do you expect from people that make Monster Hunter?
Oh yeah, it's got that about it as well, isn't it? So you can climb up the monsters, do all that.
Yeah.
You've got the game is also immersive in terms of someone gives you a bit of chat in town you don't like, just kill them. But they'll die and they ain't coming back. Yeah. So what happens is they go to... this is what I read before the game come out. They'll go to a morgue and they'll stay in the morgue for a couple of days. You can spend something or do something to resurrect them, but if you don't do it within the 2 days, they're dead forever. And that goes for quest givers, that goes for everybody in the game. Also, monsters can come into towns and attack.
Yeah, I've seen that. The town was being attacked by a troll for no reason.
Exactly. So that adds to the dynamic gameplay that is exciting because you'd be like, fucking, what the fuck's going on? This is supposed to be the safe zone in games, right?
Yeah.
It's not safe no more. But with that in mind, then it just adds to the dynamic gameplay. The things that you can do, the experiences you'll have will be not necessarily planned by the developers, but also put in there to be like it's a cooking pot, isn't it? And it will come to a boil with all these different little things that will happen. It's if it's anything like the first one, which so far it is, but looks beautiful, then I'm gassed. The cutscenes are amazing. There's actual like dialogue this time, like proper.
There's a decent story so far.
I've barely touched stuff. You start off in the jail, you come out the jail, and that's about it so far.
Very Skyrim.
Yeah, it does give off that Skyrim vibe. But then the quests are also, there's not like, I haven't gone anywhere apart from the first little town I'm in, right? So I've gone out, done a couple of little quests, but come straight back. There's no quest markers. There's quest markers when you get, go and deliver this letter and do whatever it is you need to do. So he's in this general area. But to get that quest, there was no quest marker, this geezer's got a quest. You're just bowling around, and they'll either come to you and be like, excuse me, sir, could you help me? I need this done. Or you talk to someone and be like, I could have this done. But there's no quest mark above their head. So it also adds to the, I'm going to go and talk to people.
Elden Ringy.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to people, see if they've got anything for me to do. But some of the quests, I don't know if it tells you this or not, but also time gated. So the game carries on without you. So if this is why it comes up on the game in the help screen when you first start accepting quests. It says, be careful accepting too many quests at one time because the game will carry on without you. And if you don't do it, something will either happen. I'll go save this from the goblins. You didn't do it, the goblins have eaten him. That sort of stuff. So I just find that sort of gameplay speaks to me much more, and always has, because I like immersive games like Cyberpunk and stuff like that. So far, as I predicted, this is definitely my game of the year. It's just I'm not, because if it carries on the way it is because of Dragon's Dogma 1. If I hadn't played Dragon's Dogma 1 and I had no idea what this was, I'd have no idea still. But it's got that dark like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons feel. It's not like colourful or pretty. It's dark and gritty, powerful. The spells are fucking sick. I ain't hit anything with a sword, but Rain has, and he looks cool as fuck.
I do like that pawn system. That sounds,
you can have
cool.
You can have 4 pawns or 3 pawns, sorry, and obviously yourself. You go into the rift, and you can these pawns will just walk up to you, and you can inspect their stats, like their experience in different monsters, what they know, what they don't, and you can hire them. The more experienced, the more powerful, the higher level pawns cost more rift crystals, right? You get rift. I don't know how you get rift crystals. You can buy them. You can obviously just earn them because it's not a game that is supposed to have microtransactions. They've put them in. Who cares? People are moaning, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'll never buy them.
Only matters if it. I suppose it only matters where if they've put them in and then severely toned down your passive gaining of those crystals within game. Like if it used to be like, oh yeah, you can get 1,000 within the first hour, and then they brought in a microtransaction. Now it's like, yeah, you can get 100 within the first hour. That's when it starts to take the piss.
It was very true, but I also I read someone's review yesterday, over 100 hours in it. Not once has he said he's ever thought about spending. The option wasn't even there. Yeah. So, who cares, basically? People just moaning for the sake of moaning. I get it. Don't want microtransactions, especially in single-player games. But at the same point, you can pay to fucking transmogrify or change your character's customization in MMOs. It's an online game, granted, but it's still just a game.
Yeah, but microtransactions in a single-player game are... whether they're useful or not, are still a bit of a... Because normally it's only ever cosmetic, which I can understand. But when you throw in things like, oh, you can fast travel to this place, or you can start doing actual helpful things within game, but you've thrown a monetary price on it. On a single player game, that's when it starts to feel a bit iffy, because you've got to ask the question: if you don't need to do it, why have they done that?
Yeah, but I don't know. The thing is, some people will want to fast travel everywhere. Then there's a cost, because the game's not designed to do that. If you want to fast travel everywhere, then you're diminishing your own experience, because the game is not designed to speed around in menus.
But if that's not how it's designed, then don't implement a microtransaction that enables that. If you've designed a game that's not meant to be fast travelled round instantly, then so be it. What, as a developer, what are you gaining from that?
No, because it's hard to explain. The fast travel system is there, but it's not a system that is... It's unique to its own experience. Like they're like called ferry stones, right? So I think you put a ferry stone down. I'll put a ferry stone down in the town that I'm in now, for example, and then say I get somewhere, I'll put another ferry stone down, and then I can teleport between them 2 spots, right? So but I don't know if that's a one and done thing. I can't remember, but that is the fast travel system. There's no like, oh, I just want to zip back here and zip back there and zip back there. So if people want to speed up their gameplay for some reason, then buy the crystal things. But it's once again, if you don't need it, don't use it. You know, if it was required, then of course I'd be shitting all over it. But of course it's not required. It's just something that people can do if they want. But why would you?
That's all I'm worried about is you've only sunk in 3 hours, and it just seems odd. Why throw that system in there if you really don't need it?
I mean, it's terrible for them because it
seems like a throwaway.
They've got so many good reviews and people singing its praises and stuff, and then they've done that, and people all of a sudden going meh 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 meh.
I wonder how angry people are if you just Google it.
People are very angry, but then also I say the reviews that I've read have said they've never even contemplated it or needed it. So I just think it's a non-thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, the pawn system. So you can hire people wandering around to become your pawn if they are a pawn themselves. But the pawns that you have with you won't level up with you, right? So you will need to hire higher level pawns as you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have your pawn, Connor's pawn, and someone else's pawn, and I could have a party of all my mates' pawns.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I like that.
It's very cool. And then you can, like I say, whatever I learn.
Like Pokemon, you swap and trade fucking pawns.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
So do you have to keep paying to hire them out, or is it a one fee? Here's a tenner. You're now stuck with me until I tell you to fuck off.
Like 1,000 rift crystals. There you go, and now you're mine until I dismiss you.
Yeah.
But say the original game had it, and I never heard any complaints. So I don't know why everyone's kicking up a stink. The world's changed a bit, I guess. But yeah, so far the game's fucking great. I can't wait to play. I'm super excited. And yeah, it's everything I wanted so far, which is more Dragon's Dogma, but looks prettier, runs better, and just it's fantastic.
Yeah, decent.
So yeah, that's my Dragon's Dogma review. Game of the year, 10 out of 10, best game ever. Let's talk about an announcement thing that I was going to say. It's not really an announcement, but it's time for you to eat some humble pie. Talk about the actual best game of all time, Baldur's Gate 3. I completed
finally finished it.
Finished it yesterday.
Fucking hell.
It is done. Randolo's journey has come to an end.
And what happened? Are you full squid, man?
Spoilers for anybody. So if you don't want to hear any Baldur's Gate spoilers, step out of the room.
Yep.
Okay, now that's out of the way. So, Randolo's journey is a tragic one.
Of course it fucking is. Yeah.
I am fully squid.
Yep.
Are
you even any resemblance to what you used to be?
No, I'm full squid.
You're just full squid.
But you can see in his eyes he's Rain.
Do you look like...
see that he is Rain.
Do you look like the person at the very, very beginning that Illithid on the ship?
Yeah, but I look... It's weird because you do look like that, but I don't know if it's different for every character, but I swear his facial structure has still got Rain in there.
Well, let me Google fucking Baldur's Gate full Illithid and see what comes up. But carry on.
But yeah, so there comes a time basically when you've got choices to make. As you have throughout the whole game. Essentially, hand the stones over to the Illithid, let him deal with it. I didn't like that idea.
Yeah.
Or you can do a couple of other things, or you can become full Illithid yourself and go through it. Rain has just been a whole journey about sacrifice. Everything he's done has been very sad. To save the world, save Baldur's Gate, save the universe.
You killed your entire party and many, many people around you for very little reason.
I didn't kill anybody.
You haven't saved anyone.
The vampire attacked me in my sleep, so he got stabbed. Right? That is how that one went down. I didn't expect him to die.
Is that Astarion?
Yeah, he died straight away within 10 minutes of meeting him. I didn't know he was going to die. I thought it was just a normal... I didn't expect Game of Thrones level of loss here.
Yep.
I thought, I'll attack him back. And I've killed him. He's dead.
Yep.
So that was him. Another guy got upset with the decision that was made that I had to choose between this camp or that camp. I went with the evil goblins because they offered a quicker path to success. He didn't like that, so he attacked me. So he got slept on. Dead. Another guy, another demon woman thing. I had a quest to go kill her, turn up, did what I was asked, killed her, then her loot, there's all her stuff. Like companion packs and that. I was like, oh, she could have been a companion. Didn't even know they could have been a companion.
Right.
So that's also not on me. And I can't think of any other ones. But yeah, they died. That's not my fault.
This is exactly how a villain sounds.
But
it's everyone else's fault, and I was just defending myself.
Right, so I got attacked twice and killed someone that I was told to kill. It's just, I can't see any blame on me, but there you are. Nevertheless, his story's a sad one. He took the Illithid form to save the world, essentially, and he did what he had to do. He did it. He did it well. And this also proves my point about too good to use syndrome, right? So the fight is fucking hard, man. You have to do this, that, and the other. You have to get in this portal within 5 turns, get in there, then there's the brain. Got to kill it within 5 turns. It's got 300 health. I've got it down to like, I want to say like 100 or something. I've got 2 turns left. And I don't do enough damage. And all my fucking geezers are outside fighting because I couldn't get them in the portal. Couldn't get them in quick enough. So I looked through my scrolls. I had a scroll that does 50 to 100 damage. This scroll did fucking 70 damage. I only had one of them, right? So I had there's 31 damage left I had to do in 1 turn.
Yep.
Bearing in mind, one of my sword slashes does 7 to 12 damage. My spells do like 10. It's just shocking. I had one smoke.
Don't you get loads of cool powers for being?
Yeah, of course you do. But you're not used to fighting things that have got that much health, and you're not time constrained by 1 turn or oblivion. Right? Yeah. So I looked in my fucking inventory. The only thing that had more than 30 damage was a smoke powder bomb. It done anything from 18 to 60 damage or something. It needed to do 31. It did 31.
Well, it's bang on 31.
Well, I don't know, but it killed it.
But it killed it.
So luckily for me, the brain went down. The job's a good one. Cue the praise. I'm the greatest. And then everyone realises that it was an Illithid that saved them. They were a bit scared. Rightfully so, because I did brain eat someone. It's pretty disgusting. But I had to. It was part of it. I didn't
You opened up someone's head like a boiled egg.
I had to.
And you ate the yolk, being their brain.
It was part of the story.
So you not see how villainised you sound?
No.
You not understand this?
Because at the end...
You're eating people's heads.
No, one person who had to. He had to die. He had to. It was a story.
They all had to fucking die, did they?
I have saved so many lives in that game as a joke. That's why I had a big squad, because you can... All the people that you've saved or are allied with come with you at the end, and you can like call them in for reinforcements, and that's very cool. I see how it all culminated. Yeah, so after all that, I left, and then the story says, you're a Illithid now. You stand on the end of the pier looking, and it says you're a Illithid now. You're going to eat people and suck their brains out and turn them into stuff. Or are you? Are you a different Illithid? Are you unique? Are you this? Are you that? Do you feel yourself? So then you have the choice of continuing on as an Illithid, or killing yourself, or hoping for the best and not eating anybody. But if you feel like you're going to eat somebody, kill yourself, or lock yourself in a prison for the rest of your days. And I thought, well, I'm not going to kill myself, because that's well out of order.
Yeah.
Just save the world. So I took the noble approach and I put myself in jail. So there I am. I'm in prison. And then Withers, the old skeleton guy, he comes down and he says, you're a good man. Do you feel like you could come out now? And I put, no. I feel myself, but I also feel like I could eat people, essentially. So I kept myself in the jail. And that was it. That's where I stay. That's where I live. And that's the sad tale of Rain Dolo. He sacrificed himself. He turned Illithid, and then he locked himself away from civilization because he didn't want to hurt anybody. It's a sad, sad tale, but it's come to its end.
What an absolutely pointless fucking existence that Rain Dolo has imposed upon that world.
I saved the entire
universe. You haven't
universe.
saved nothing.
I saved the world, mate.
You get... So you've killed anyone that you've come into contact with.
It's so untrue. You're just getting this off of the party members that attacked me.
Yeah, you've killed all.
They attacked me.
Where's Shadowheart in this?
She's next to me. She's my best friend. She's my lover.
Is she what? She gone into prison with you?
No. She's gone on her own way.
So she's left you as well.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to have her there just in case I eat her. She's the main reason I'd lock myself away.
But if you were given the option to. Are you unique? Are you different? Do you not want to eat people's brains like fucking scrambled eggs? Could you not have just gone with that?
Yeah, but I don't know that the game's going to go... I don't know how he actually feels, do I?
Oh, so you were scared?
I was scared.
That's what it is. If I chicken shit right at the end.
No, if I did that and it turned out that I ate Shadowheart in the next scene, I'd have turned the game off. I'd been fuming. Fuming. I also saved them all because none of them are infected by the parasite anymore.
Yeah, but so you allowed your emotion to get the better of you, so you chose the easy way out. You might as well have just killed yourself.
I locked myself away.
Exactly, because you were scared of things that might not have happened.
I did the right thing. There's no one going to convince me that I was bad or I did anything wrong. I was attacked. I killed them. I had a job. I killed them. Anyone that needed saving, I saved.
You're a heartless man that couldn't see both sides of the story.
I saved an entire fucking castle full of vampire children.
What? Oh, ironic. The vampire children.
Well, children that had been turned into vampires.
Yeah, they get to fucking survive, but Astarion
this
at the
is
beginning...
the problem. It's like The Witcher. There's
dagger straight in the neck.
There's no fucking right or wrong answer. It's just grey and grey. There's like, yes, this is the right answer, but also comes with huge consequences.
The tale of Rain Dolo.
So this woman, right, this camp of people were like, please save our children. They've been taken by the vampire king. Blah, blah, blah. So I went to this fucking castle. I had a really fucking hard fight, man. That's what I was stuck on for so long. And then I stopped playing it. And I went back and I fucking did it. And I didn't turn the difficulty down. And I killed him. So, and ironically, it was Astarion's master, because Astarion's up on a fucking stake like that. Right. All fucked up. He was like, "You're the one that killed him." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't even know him, geezer, but he told me, blah, blah, blah." So it's quite cool. That probably would have been his story.
That would have been a cool little fucking interlude if he was standing next to you and you were fucking
it's also cool as fuck that I killed him and he's still in the game and he's there and it's still cool. And it also gives me more reason to play it again, which I definitely will.
What happened to Shadowheart? So how did that work? At the end, you were standing on the cliffside and they were like...
Lae'zel left me.
They're like, who?
Lae'zel, the orc-looking woman, the Githyanki. She was happy that I saved everybody, but she was like, but you ate that geezer's face, and that was like her master, and she's like, I understand why you did it, but blah, blah.
Yeah, it was a bit too much.
Yeah, she didn't like that, but she's off. The other geezer is, he's summoned from the rift. He was a nobody. He didn't even have a voice or nothing. It's quite funny because when they're talking to your companions, like, Shadowheart, she's turned from the... I even turned her good, because she's evil, right? So she's turned from the dark into the light, rah. The Githyanki warrior, she's done this and that, and then just looked at my pawn that got summoned and was like, "You're just nobody. You're an NPC." That should be another character, but it's not. So Shadowheart, I don't know what she did. She's probably just living a sad life without me, but she has now been freed. I found her parents with her. Everything that I've done, whenever there's been a moral dilemma, I've always tried to help the people, and I have saved more lives than I have ended.
I cannot believe that you've gone through this entire thing just to put yourself in prison.
It's not about me. It's about saving the world. It's about saving Baldur's Gate. It's about saving Faerun. It's about saving everybody.
But saving the world from what?
From the fucking Elder Brain.
You just become part of it, though.
No, I didn't. All the Illithids are dead.
Well, they're not, because one of them's in a fucking little prison cell.
All the evil ones. Just me.
I can't believe you weren't. There was no intrigue to not go into prison and see how you'd fared.
No,
on
because
the outside
I didn't want
world.
to eat Shadowheart, and I don't know what his intentions are because I'm not him. So I presumed that if I picked that, it might have dire consequences, because that's how the entire game goes. You go, I wish I didn't do that, but I'm not saves coming, so I'm going to have to live with it. I don't want to do that. Shadowheart will live. I put myself in jail. Everyone's a winner. She can come visit me. I can't get my tentacles through the cell. So it's all good. I'm very happy with the choice I made. I feel like it's a very noble and honourable way to go about it.
I'm upset with this choice.
Well,
I don't feel like Rain Dolo deserved. I feel he deserved better.
Don't cry.
You turned him into a squid. That's what I find irritable.
I turned him into a squid for the sake of humanity, because without the squid powers, I would have had no chance. I would literally have had no chance. Honestly, Rain Dolo is fucking shocking. I built him so shit. He was so shit at everything. Like, literally, the only character that could do any damage was Lae'zel. She was the only one that carried me through the entire game. Everyone else was wank. Shadowheart just went, like, untouchable. She'd use Sanctuary, and then she couldn't get hit. And then she just healed everyone all the time. The fucking Jacelyn, or whatever his name is, the mage I summoned. He is fucking shocking. Glass cannon, mate. He's so powerful. but a fucking breeze blew him over and he was down. So he was good when he was up, but he was down more when he was up.
Well, that's what fucking mages are, though.
And yeah, I know, but he was really, really weak. And then
it's proper glass.
Yeah, he's proper glass. And then Rain was just like, I think I built him like jack of all trades, master of none. He's really like he done a lot, but didn't do anything good.
Never good. You always want a fucking.
Yeah,
I've learned that with that kind of stuff. You want to be a master of something. You don't want to be a jack of all. You want to show your strengths at some point.
But I get too excited. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a cool ability. I'll get that, even though it's got nothing to do with what I currently do. But it sounded good, so I wanted it.
Did you No, yeah, because you were on that podcast when we decided the date to go and see Connor and play D&D.
Yeah, I need to speak to Jim. I don't know if she's working or not. She's got to wait for her shifts to come. They come monthly.
Already.
They come monthly. There's nothing I can do.
I asked him. I said, "Are you all good with that date?" And his response was,
"How many weeks exactly is it? Because she's
working. Like maybe
she's working next weekend and she does every other weekend."
We figured that out.
Yeah, but then you changed the date. You said.
Because we gave you the original date, which was the 6th, and you said can't do that because she's working. Then we changed it to the weekend after.
Right, well, if we've worked it out, then it should be good. So let's double check again.
Right, the 13th, wasn't it?
So how many weeks from? So next week,
13th of April.
Next weekend she's working.
Right. So not this weekend. So next weekend, which is the 30th,
she's working.
So then you've got the weekend after that is the 6th.
Yeah.
Is she working the 6th?
No, she's on, off, on.
So the 13th, she's on. She's working.
Well, clearly.
So when we picked the 6th, and you,
this is what I presume.
But you said I have to figure it out. Yeah, so either the 6th or the 13th.
We'll figure it out. You said on the podcast the other day, Connor said he couldn't do the 6th. That's why it got changed. That's what you said.
Oh, is that why it got changed?
That's what he said on the podcast. I listened to it with my own ears.
Maybe I'm in the wrong.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But I'm definitely doing it at some point.
All I was trying to make a point of is whenever we do it, we're going to have to make our characters again because I feel like I've made one that's a jack of all trades as well, and I don't like my character.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I will need to make another one, and I'm going to specialise in something very, very specific, like cooking.
That's fine.
Something.
I'm going to poison it.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not going to be good.
But yeah, Rain Dolo's journey has come to an end, and I'm very, very happy with how it's ended. And more importantly, I'm very happy that I finished the game. Because you said I would never do it.
I'm happy for you.
You said I would never go back to it. I also believed I wouldn't, but I lied.
Yeah. It was peer pressure.
Because I've done it.
You had a bold statement and said it's your all-time favourite game.
Yeah, but
you had never finished. So you
then,
can't have that statement without a game
you said
you've never finished.
You said that, but then Steph's all-time favourite game is Breath of the Wild, and she never finished that.
She just finished Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, now she has.
It's finished, though.
But she never had, and she said it was all-time favourite game, but that's okay.
Yeah, but she was right at the end.
So was I.
You weren't, though, were you?
I was right at the end. All I had to do was kill one enemy and then go to the boss.
Are you doing another playthrough?
Yes. I need
to
start
do a proper playthrough.
What do you mean?
One with actual story involved. Not fucking 2/3 of it cut out.
With other characters, yeah. I'm going to do Dark Urge next. I'm going to go full villain.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forget how fucking...
Yeah.
Fucking priestly
you fucking
were
play the
this
game
time
and tell me how many people don't die.
I'm not
exactly.
playing the game.
Exactly.
I haven't got the patience for it.
So I'm going to choose a drow. I'm going to do... Because they're like the... Because you can choose like the pre-made characters, right? So if you want to play as a Starling, you can play as a Starling. You can play as any of these, which is cool because they're fully voiced and it's probably more interactive. The Dark Urge has got its own character. It's like a Dragonborn. He's like an actual dragon. But I feel like I want to create a drow because they are like the oppressed race. They hate everybody. Everybody hates them, but they are cunts. They are like... They have no feeling, no remorse. They'll kill traitorous scum. So I feel like it suits the drow race as a Dark Urge because I don't know exactly what Dark Urge is, but I know the whole game is pretty much different, and I'm pretty sure it's very evil. So I'm looking forward to that. But I was going to start it last night, and I thought, am I mental? Am I fucking mental? I've just finished a 100-hour journey on Baldur's Gate. Don't start a new one. Let it fester for a while. Let it simmer. Then we'll go back. But at the moment, it's all Dragon's Dogma. All guns are going, and I'm looking forward to getting home and playing it. Really, really excited, to be honest. I didn't want to come here today because I wanted to play Dragon's Dogma, but I'm a man of the people. So here I am, doing the podcast.
Listening, everyone, you enjoy that? Didn't want to come here, but I had to.
Yeah. Well, only because I wanted to play Dragon's Dogma, which is part of the podcast, you know. So
yeah.
I did stay up. I stayed up till 5 to 12 last night, and it said 5 minutes until I could play. And I was like, I'm not starting it now. I'm going to start it in the morning. I started in the morning, fresh head, fresh brain, fresh coffee, and we went for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Connor making his character, and then nabbing him out the rift, and then then we're good to go. And then if you make one, I'll nab yours, as long as he's not called fucking Stinky Brains or something stupid.
Why would it be something stupid?
Because you always name your characters stupid. Toast Slice, Stinky Logs, fucking Poo Head, whatever else you got.
Applesauce.
It's always stupid names. Cadbury Cow.
Yeah. Decent names. You gotta be special with it.
Yeah, that's why I create my own little characters. So yeah, that's that for me. I need a piss, so we can carry on and I can hold it, or...
No, I've got to pause it. I'll have a little nap. No, well, there we are. We're back. Where was we? What was we doing?
Just finished up my segment, although I will say...
Go on.
I also have more to add, because I forgot how long it's been since I've been here. 2 weeks.
Go on.
I also finished Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Decent.
Yep, did that. It's a tough one, because I didn't like it. I didn't like where I got up to. It was too much picking flowers. It was too much bollocks.
Sam Park's going to be all over this.
It was really mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah.
So I stopped playing it.
You all right?
And I was playing Final Fantasy Online, obviously.
Which is the same shit.
No, it's different.
Go and pick this up.
That's an MMO though.
Get your shit out of the way, and then I'll quickly touch on that.
So yeah, and then I saw Final Fantasy VII Rebirth come out, and everyone's going wild for it. Sick game, it's amazing. It's completely
I see
different.
a lot of good things.
Open world, it's completely different. Whereas this one's very linear, very boring locales. It was a bit shit. So do you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So what I did, I put it on the easiest setting. I just ran through everything I could. I didn't try and sidetrack to pick anything up. Just ran through it, absolutely blitzed the game. And when the story's going, it's good. It's really good. The story's really cool. Characters are cool. I like all the twists and turns and all that. Very good. But all the mundane side quests, I was just like, nah. But there's no way of like skipping certain things that are boring.
Yeah, you just have to do it.
You have to do it. So it's like, all right, I have to fucking move this crate over here with this mechanical arm, and it's like...
The world's burning in the background, but you got to go and pick 10 cloves of garlic for the garlic farmer.
Basically that. So, yeah, that shit that I had to do was horrible, but the actual story was really good. So much so that I've bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth straight away, jumped into that like a madman.
Is that the one where it's like they've made it split into 3 bits? Is it?
Yeah, split into 3 games. Yeah. The original Final Fantasy VII has been split into 3 games, being Final Fantasy VII
Sam was
Remake.
saying fucking the gap's huge.
And now Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is obviously the middle portion, or however they've split the game, because I never played the original to its completion. But so far, it's very fucking cool, very beautiful, very... just so much better in every conceivable way from the other one. Like, every possible way. This is how a sequel should be. Or a second part of a game, whatever way you want to look at it. So much better on every level. It's amazing. But obviously it doesn't matter anymore because Dragon's Dogma. So what will happen is I'll go back and play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth before they release the third one.
Yep.
Because I bought Final Fantasy VII Remake, played it for 10 minutes, thought I don't like this, never played it again. When Rebirth was close to coming out, I was like, that looks cool. I want to smash through that. So that's what's happened. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has come out. I'm enjoying it a lot. Dragon's Dogma's come out. It's going to get binned. And then I'll play it before the third one. I am
so sick and tired of fucking fetch quests. I can't. Ash, it's in jeopardy. It's in jeopardy. My mind's thinking of other things, and I don't know what to do to fucking help it, because this fucking slog on Final Fantasy Online between A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward is something that I've never experienced anything like it in my life. It has got to be one of the most boring stories I think I've ever had the displeasure of taking part in. When it's good, it's good. When it's ramping up, but you get 200 quests of fuck all, of baking cakes and speaking to this person, and then go over and speak to that person that's 10 foot away, and then you've got to travel to this place, speak to that person for 2 words of dialogue, straight back to exactly where you just was to speak to the person who's then going to send you 5 feet away to fucking stroke a cat, and then speak to that person about how the cat was feeling, and then go and speak to that person, and then eventually you might be able to attack something once, and then you've got to go and speak to another 100 people. Big battle for 5 minutes, wait in a queue for a raid that's fucking 10 years old for half an hour, 10 more minutes of dialogue. I'm sick of it.
Enjoying it, yeah?
It's fucking, And I made the fatal error of looking at like the Final Fantasy wiki, because there's a whole drop down list of all the main scenario quests for every single expansion, just to see how many I had left, and oh my god. I'm in the latter end, but when I first looked at it, I was like, surely, because obviously you got the A Realm Reborn main story, like main scenario quests, and then after that you got the little interlude between that and fucking Heavensward, and I was like, surely this can't be that big. And then someone in a novice chat was like, no, it's just as big as A Realm Reborn. I was like, there's no fucking way. And then obviously when you were doing it and you were telling me about how much it fucking cuts down your experience gain. Fuck me. I've been level, 57 or something like that for about 30 hours. I just want to get to 70 so I can play a fucking Reaper. But I can't because I've got to slog through this shit. And every person I speak to is like, yeah, the game's all about the story. It's immersive. You need to start paying attention. I can't with 10 paragraphs of dialogue that's not voice acted that I've got no fucking... I don't know what's going on. The minute a cutscene goes on, I hit escape and get out of it straight away because I'm not paying attention. I can't be bothered. I don't want to play this game anymore. It's making me feel that way.
Don't play it then. No one's forcing you.
I know, but I feel so conflicted because all I keep hearing from everyone is the game gets so good at the end. And it's just trying to get there.
I don't even think it's at the end. It's just out of this shit. Because I echo your sentiment and agree.
So boring.
It got... there must have been about... I want to say at least 3 hours of one evening of me just going back and forth without hitting anybody.
Yeah.
And it was just talk.
Yep.
And I was like, this is getting silly now. And I even Googled myself and I screenshot and sent it to you. I'm I don't know, 8 missions away from finishing it. But them 8 missions also
it's about 50 missions inside it.
Inside it, yeah.
I'm about the same.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for a story-driven game, and obviously Square Enix, that's their bread and butter. Especially when it comes to Final Fantasy, it's all story-driven. I understand that, but fucking hell, like this is something else. And at the same time, it's so difficult because if it was a hard, no, this is just how the game is. Full stop. I'd fuck it off straight away.
Yeah, same.
But the fact that everyone's saying, literally the minute you get into Heavensward, it starts fucking ramping up, and then that's it. Off you go. It's fantastic. There's voice acting all over the place. Fucking this, that. They really learnt from their first release and fucking listened to feedback and blah blah blah. But it's like just trying to get there is.
It's very hard. I always maintained this even before I played it because I'd always heard that the game was good. But you have to put like 100 hours in before it gets good. I was like, no game should have 100-hour time to play.
That is good. Fucking tough one, man.
But yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. I won't be playing it for a while because of Dragon's Dogma now. I'm going to be taking my sweet time with this and enjoying it.
Don't get me wrong. It is fun. It's a fun game. I like the combat. I like the abilities. I like it all. I love the community. Very, very fun. I haven't played it for a couple of days. I'm planning on playing it today just to try and fucking slowly. Because my plan now is to completely ignore any kind of lore that's going on until I'm in Heavensward and then watch a fucking YouTube gloss over of exactly what what happens between A Realm Reborn and fucking Heavensward so I can catch up with the lore. Because I can't. I just need like a little 15-minute video of some American geezer telling me what the fuck's going on and then I can crack on. Because I'm not interested. It's so boring. Even the voice acted scenes, half of them, I've just been skipping them. I can't do it.
I get it. I do get it because it does get very mundane. because I know the end's in sight, and because I've put so much time into it, I have to at least get to Heaven's Sword now. Or Heaven's Ward.
Yeah,
I have to see what the fuss is about. I have to.
Can we agree? If we get there, and it's not everything it's been hyped up to be, we just leave it.
But what I don't understand is what could change that much for it to... Because I don't understand the way people go on about it. It's like a fucking night and day. But I don't understand what could possibly change in that expansion that makes it that much better. Like the game itself, when you're playing it, good fun. But the you'll still have to go and deliver berries to postmans and stuff. Like I don't get what will change.
I mean, I definitely know that I'll finally get the other half of my abilities, please. The fucking spell book with all the abilities that are greyed out because I haven't hit fucking Heaven's Ward yet because it's been gated behind 1,000 hours. All of that. I can't wait for that to then suddenly have to do 1,000,000 quests to get my abilities and then not know how the fuck to use them.
It's a difficult one, right? Because you could say the same about WoW because in terms of it, the way, because WoW's structured differently, right? So you can just go on someone and go, yeah, accept bomb. But if you was forced to like let that dialogue roll and just press X, press X, press X, or press click or whatever, then you would feel the same about WoW. But because you can just accept and go.
Well, it used to be like that with WoW, and then they changed it. And then because it used to be the quest log would scroll in that little parchment that comes up very slowly, and then they brought in a setting where you could then speed that up, and then they brought in a setting where it was just instant, and now it's just fucking instant.
Yeah, just click out of it.
But it's because, funnily enough, it was yesterday. I was watching a WoW versus Final Fantasy online, and having obviously played a fair chunk of both now, they are two completely different beasts.
For sure.
The end game goal is different. World of Warcraft is very much you're on a constant uphill climb for gear. You're doing Mythic Plus, you're doing raiding. That it is a race to get right to the very end and get the best gear and keep going. And every 6 months, a new patch comes out and it's fucking rinse and repeat. Something comes out and everything gets scaled up and blah, blah, blah. Whereas Final Fantasy is the kind of like Elder Scrolls where the gear, once you get your gear set, that's it. It like plateaus. You don't have to worry about, I need to fucking do this latest raid to get this. There's no, that best in slot that's in WoW doesn't necessarily exist to the extent that it does in WoW. So you're much more free to live your own world. If I want to fucking get to the end game and become a fisherman for the rest of my life, then so be it. I'll go deep sea fishing. If I want to just spend all my money in the casino, then so be it. Like, you've got that kind of freedom. And I'm just trying to work out which beast I want to fucking be a part of. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like you need to get...
I need to get to the end of the second beast to work out which one I hate the least.
I don't feel like you're playing the game that everyone else is yet, or we aren't playing the game that everyone else is yet. It's had moments where I thought this is really good, and there's also been a lot of moments where I thought I've done it, and then I haven't.
Yeah. the raids that you have to jump into, or the trials, they're fun as fuck.
Yeah.
The animations and the graphics and the abilities that you have, really fucking cool. Like, the combat wise, I really like it.
It's really cool on that one of the final missions where halfway through that machine comes down, that mount that you get, and you used to start blasting through holes and shit. I was like, this is sick. This is like a single player game. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, it's very fun, but it's just
more of that I want.
Yeah, the fucking slog to get there is incredible.
It must just be amazing once you get through, because there's no way that percentage, that many people would preach that if it wasn't true.
I asked in the novice,
must be some substance.
I asked in the novice chat the other day. I said, "How do you see your time played?" Because obviously on WoW you just put /played, and it's / I think it was like P time. And then it comes up, same in WoW, and tells you. And mine was like, what was it? It was like a couple of days or some shit like that. And then there was a geezer in the novice chat who had like a crown emblem on his name, so he was obviously the fucking bigwig. 338 days on that character he had played. 338 days. And I did the maths this morning because I wanted to really work that out. So that was 338 days. It's 8,112 hours minimum that person's put into one character. 8,000 hours. You know how crazy that is?
That's impressive.
It's very impressive. So the game must be fucking good for you to do that.
For sure.
It has to be. And that's my fucking, that's my rant over, basically.
Let's see if I don't think I can see on here how long I've played it for, but it's been quite a fucking while. But no, I'll be honest, I really like it, and I will definitely go back to it. It will be the MMO I stick with, just because it just suits me, right?
You can pick it up and put it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Very easily. World of Warcraft, you can't.
To be fair, if WoW was on console, I'd probably stay with WoW because I like the aesthetic. I much enjoy playing console too much to play WoW on the PC.
One of the main comparisons between the two is graphics, and like most people say that Final Fantasy has far superior graphics, but I sit on the side of I prefer WoW. I prefer that artistic style to it, and I think what I've also got, which is conflicting my brain, is obviously I'm reading a lot of the books. So you've got an affinity with me as 15 years worth of fucking gameplay for me, so I already love the game and the characters in it. I'm now reading the book, so I'm getting fucking sinking my teeth right into the fucking lore, and because I know the game inside out, I know what I'm reading, and it's like just giving me that little bit of extra fucking love, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely understand.
It's just tasty.
It's not the graphics. Like the graphics, I take or leave with either game. I think they're both fine. But aesthetically, I'm more Dungeons, Dragons, monsters, you know, fucking demons. Whereas Final
Fantasy's bunnies.
Yeah, bunnies
and tits.
And people driving around in flying cars and stuff. Well, I'm like, no, I like dragons and fucking like big demons coming out of volcanoes and stuff. That's my jam. Where I feel like Final Fantasy is more just, it's not that, if you know what I mean. I think it does get there, and there's been times in the game where it has got to that level as well. But yeah, at the moment, World of Warcraft's got that darker tone, and I like the darker tone.
I'm just trying to see exactly where I am, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in the latter half of. Oh no, I'm not. I've done the Akafa amphitheater. You know that trial. You got to do that one on hard. It's one of the latter ones, and then I've got there's maybe it's fucking millions. What was that like? Maybe another 30 fucking quests to do until I'm in Heaven's Ward. So that'll be 30 with about fucking 30 in between of each fucking quest.
I'm trying to see. I'm sure I sent you the quest logs or where I was at, but I can't seem to find it.
They cut out over 100 quests as well from that. And you know what's even more griping? What's even more worse is, I can't remember the date, but with the next update that's coming out, like the next big one, they're introducing a skip for all of this.
Brilliant.
A skip to fucking, like, towards the end of the expansions. So I'm now, do I want to wait for that skip and not have to enjoy this, or do I want to be able to say, no, I did this and I didn't miss out on anything, I cracked on?
So I think I'm at like, I'm between 201 and 205, but I'm not sure which one. And that's the rest of them. But I don't know how many. Are you further than that or before that?
What's 201, 205? What's that on your...
But obviously I know there's quests in
an
between.
Uninvited Asian. And then, because my one here doesn't have numbers, an uninvited Asian. I've got an inspected. I'm trying to. Oh, an uninvited Asian. Yeah, so you're a little bit further than me. So I'm currently. What was that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm 9 behind you, and then after that, you've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 more chapter thingies. You've got 2 more until you're in the part 2, like the final part of this.
Yeah,
like,
I knew that
interim.
because I went into you can go into your inn and you can look at the storybook thing, and it tells you whereabouts you are in the thing, but it doesn't tell you how many are in there.
Because I suppose that's another thing as well, is that you can go into your inn and look at that lore. If you wanted a quick recap of everything, I'd imagine you can go on that and then just press play, and then away you go, and you can fucking watch it all over again. I'd be quite interested to see how that pairs together, because obviously it's all the cutscenes, but all the cutscenes won't make sense if it's missing out all the ones that don't have dialogue. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd want to see.
I think just going on YouTube and doing the fucking Realm Reborn recap is just enough, and it'll just be
basically what you
10,
did with Final Fantasy, that one we bought that we loved for 5 minutes and then realised it was shit.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 16.
That's the one. That's the one.
I don't think I watched the end of the cutscene. That's what I planned to do, but I never did. I did it with
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, because I just had enough of the combat. Like, I liked all the story in that. It was the combat. I just hated it. So yeah, I watched all the cutscenes and watched the end of the game.
I loved that game, man.
Yeah. The game was very good. Just combat just grew old for me.
Quickly before we wrap up, did you see the World of Warcraft Battle Royale?
What?
You seen that?
No.
World of Warcraft Battle Royale?
What, like an actual game?
Extremely fun.
What do you mean?
Extremely fun. Perfect for a controller, I might add. Absolutely perfect for it.
What is it?
They announced a limited time event. So they had a patch coming out on their roadmap, and it was just a pirate symbol. And everyone was like, oh, what can this be? What can this be? And basically what it is it's an interim patch between now and the War Within, or when the next patch comes out with like Fated Rage and all that bollocks, to keep people sweet. And it's a battle royale, and it's called Plunderstorm, and it's all like pirate themed, and it's your typical like drop in on a fucking, rather than a ship, you're on like a parrot that drops you into a place called Arathi Basin, and it's completely separate from World of Warcraft. It's a completely separate mode. So when you log in and you've got your character screen at the top left, it says like a War Within, so the current whatever, and then next to it is Plunderstorm. You click on that, swaps you over into a different fucking login screen, and there's a character, and typical fucking battle royale fashion, it's 60 player games. You drop in. However, there's no guns or anything like that. Completely overhauled the spells. There's all completely different spells and abilities and stuff, but you can only pick up 4 of them at any given time.
That's good.
And they can upgrade, right? And it's obviously you've got the typical zone that's closing in, but there's NPCs and monsters and stuff like that, and you can kill them and level up. And as you level up, your health goes up and your damage goes up. And then sometimes they might drop spells. You pick up a spell. There's one called like Firestorm. Well, if you kill an enemy and it drops Firestorm again, it then upgrades from fucking like good to like uncommon, and then to rare, and then epic, like the gear does in WoW. And it's fucking fun, man, because the combat is completely different. It's not clicking on someone and then attacking. It's more Elder Scrolls type combat, kind of similar to that. It's very, very, very unique, and I've been having a lot of fun with it.
It's very cool. It's very strange. We'd never expected that.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think anyone fucking expected it. But yeah, from a controller point of view, so you have your bog standard weapon, so like like your sword, which you can just normal like hack and slash with, and then the button next to that is your health potion, which is just on like a 30-second cooldown, that I think will heal you like 2/3 of your health while you're channeling it. You basically like chug from like this big blood casket thing, and then you just got your 4 abilities at the end that you have to obviously find and loot, and there's all chests and stuff which are like dotted around the map that are like plunder and all this bollocks. It's a battle pass, but obviously for WoW it's like a renown scale. You remember them? Yeah, so it's one of them where there's all cosmetics and mounts that you can get from that translate over to in-game, because the characters on this battle royale have absolutely they're nothing to do with your characters in World of Warcraft. Absolutely nothing. You can create, like, you can change your character for every single game, and you get to pick every single race, and you can make a Worgen one game, and then you can fucking change it to a gnome the next, and then you can make an orc, whatever. And yeah, there's like 40 tiers on this renown thing with cool cosmetics and shit like that.
And they all go into the main game.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's decent, man. Real decent. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's just one of them very easy fucking pick it up and put it down type. Quite quick games. When you jump in, there gives you a couple of little quests. It might be like go and kill 2 elite mobs within the area. And yeah, it's just fun, man. They've got solos and duos so far.
I don't like limited time modes though, because that's the problem with it, isn't it? Like,
well, I feel like
if
they're testing.
really good, then you want them to stay.
I think that's what they're doing. They're testing the waters to see if this is a new pathway, because basically, from what I was reading, one of the guys that's come onto the development team was the head of, or was in charge of making a game. It was called like Spells Ward or some shit like that, which is a very, very, very similar makeup to this Battle Royale. So everyone's like, it makes perfect sense that now this person's come over to the development team on WoW. Suddenly a Battle Royale comes out, which is very, very similar to that kind of makeup of whatever that game was called. It's just a Battle Royale that's quite unique, because obviously every other Battle Royale is go and pick up the guns and fucking shoot people, whereas this one is pick up these different spells. And already there's been patch notes to nerf this and fucking buff that and blah-de-blah-de-blah. A lot of people are shitting on it, but I'm with the crew that says if you don't like it, don't fucking play it. It's just free.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think you have to have an active sub to be able to play it.
That's fair enough, though.
But it's very fun. It's very, very fun. The reason I say it'll be decent for controller is because there's only 6 buttons. Yeah,
that's why I like. That's why I like early game in RPGs, because I'm not overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like Dragon's Dogma, I start off with I've got a healing fucking globe thing that I put my staff up and I can heal anyone that's in the globe. So I call Rain over. I'm like, get in my bubble, boy. And then I heal him. Or I've got a little arcane blast thing that I swing about. Or I've got a fire spell that comes out like a flamethrower, but to do like more powerful spells, you have to channel it. So you hold your staff up, you get this like glowing thing, and then when it's finished, then you can release it.
Same with some of the abilities on this, you know.
But the channeling thing and all that, but that's cool because I'll master these 3, know what they are, and then I can move on to other abilities. And also then you can switch classes, right? So you can dual class like a sorcerer that also can use a spear and stuff like that. So yeah, they start off with 4 classes, but they also divulge into multi-classes like the I don't know if it's, I can't remember exactly called, but I think there was something called a Knight Strider or something in Dragon's Dogma 1. So you can start off as a fighter, mage, archer, or thief, or rogue or whatever. But you start as the archer, you can later down the line turn that into like a Knight Strider that uses bow and arrow and daggers, I think. Yeah. So yeah, you can split them up. So yeah, very cool. I just want to go and play Dragon's Dogma, but I won't be able to anyway because I've got kids. Fuck me, I guess.
What a great fucking week for gaming.
Yeah, it is really good.
Everyone fucking go and listen to this. Go and enjoy your games, and we'll speak to you next week. See you
later.
You.
We love you.